A wonderful good afternoon to everyone. A warm welcome to our TSAT live session. In front of you, M.Kaveri studying 7th class from TSWREIS Cherla. Now, I am going to teach you a wonderful subject. It is our world through English. Friends, I think you are very eager to know which topic I am going to discuss today, right? But before going to my topic, I want to show you a video clip. Friends, in this video, they are called as cyclones. Friends, do you know that they are called as cyclones? And friends, do you know that bolt from the blue means something that happened unexpectedly? Can any one of you guess that the cyclones would only come into Andhra Pradesh state? So these friends, can any one of you guess what maybe it's my topic? So don't worry, I will give you some clues. I will give you some clues. Friends, on cloud 9. And every cloud has a silver lining. And the third one is thrilled to bits. And next, once in a blue moon. And the another one is kill two birds with one stone. Friends, after listening all these, what can you understand? What maybe is all this? Yes, friends, these are called as idioms. But idioms is a word just small part of in my topic. But I want some more. For that, I will also give you some clues. Friends, what makes us beautiful? Our makeup and dressing and smile. And what about a plant? Yes, flowers makes them beautiful. And friends, what about our English language? Different kinds of words, fluency, phrases, and idioms make our language beautiful. So today, now I am here dealing with the interesting topic, how can idioms be used to beautify English? Friends, first, what is an idiom? Where the word origin from? What are the advantages of idioms? What is the importance of idioms? How many types of idioms are there in English? To know all the answers about these questions, let's all of you close your eyes. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, open your eyes. Friends, can any one of you guess why I did like this? Because this is a very important class. It will also help in your future like intermediate and also intermediate plus classes. So if you do like this, your concentration will be increased. For that, I done like this. So friends, now what is an idiom? Yes, an idiom. Friends, do you know where the word origin from? Yes, the word idiom derived from 3 languages. How many languages? 3 languages. They are Greek, Latin and French. Greek, Latin and French. Friends, the word IDIOMA-MATOS, idioma matters. IDIOMA-MATOS, idioma matters from Greek language. From Greek language. And the next one, IDIOMA, idioma from Latin Latin language. From Latin language. And the next one, idiome, idiom. Idiome, idiom from French language. Means idiom is a French word. Now friends, what is an idiom? Yes, an idiom is nothing but it is a group of words, which means something different from its literal meaning. Okay, an idiom is a group of words which means something different from its literal meaning. Okay, and also friends, an idiom is a phrase whose meaning is different or sometimes it is impossible to guess by looking at the meaning of the individual words. An idiom is a phrase whose meaning is different or sometimes it is impossible to guess by looking at the meaning of the individual words. And friends, now nature of idioms. Friends, idioms originate and develop without the knowledge of a speaker and of a language. Yes, and also sometimes without knowing we speak idiomatically, right? And now, friends, every 7th class student know what is a phrase and an intermediate student know what is an idiom. But they both don't know the exactly difference between an idiom and a phrase. Today, now I am going to tell you that. Listen carefully. This is a very important point. A phrase is a small group of words. A phrase is a small group of words standing together as a conceptual unit. Standing together as a conceptual unit. And also friends, an idiom is now an idiom. An idiom is a group of words established by usages having a meaning not deducible from those of the individual words. An idiom is a group of words established by usages having a meaning not deducible from those of the individual words. And friends, any idiom is a phrase, but a phrase is not an idiom. Yes, any idiom is a phrase, but a phrase is not an idiom. And now we are going to learn some of the most popular idioms in English language. So the first idiom is every cloud has a silver lining. Every cloud has a silver lining. Friends, please don't think that the cloud has coated with silver lining. Okay, because these are idioms. They have a technical and actual meaning. So the actual meaning of this idiom is in every negative situation there is also something positive. In every negative situation there is also something positive. For example, when our India is under the rule of Britishers, there is a lot of caste discrimination and there is no education for girls. On the time, our great personalities like Jyotiba Phule, Savitribai Phule, Ambedkar, they thought that in this negative situation there is also something positive. So they fought for our freedom. At last, we got our freedom on 15th August 1947. Yes, and the another example is that Nick Vigils is a disabled person. He lost his 2 hands and legs in an accident. At that time, he was decided to attempt suicide. But he was inspired by his mother's words. After then, he learnt a lot of things like swimming, drawing, playing golf, and also the world's greatest surfist and the great motivational speaker. And friends, by doing all this, he proved that in every negative situation, there is also something positive. So my request is that every one of you try to think positive and be positive. Okay? And the another one is that burn the midnight oil. Burn the midnight oil means to stay up very late and work very the backbone of our country. Farmers, they burn the midnight oil every day for cultivating crops and for saving our lives. And they also do very hard work whole the day and also night in hot, rain, etc. Really, they are the visible gods on the earth. Yes, and the second example is that Thomas Second example is that our great and prominent scientists like Thomas Alva Edison, Alexander Graham Bell, Charles Babbage, etc. They also burn the midnight oil every day for inventing the light of our life. And also telephone, computer, etc. So every one of you try to burn the midnight oil every day and be very successful in your life. And the next idiom is that thrilled to bits. Means in a state of extreme happiness. For example, friends, in this year when I went to explore for state capital Hyderabad, I was thrilled to bits to see a wonderful museum. Can you guess what it is? Yes, it is a Salar Jung Museum and also Hussain Sagar, etc. Really, a heartful thanks goes to our Secretary Sir for providing a wonderful opportunity for our sparrows to visit a beautiful city in our Telangana state. And another example is that once in a blue moon means something that happened very seldom. For example, the pillars of our country, soldiers, they visit their houses once in a blue moon and they also sacrifices their lives for us. So a billion thanks goes to our India representatives, farmers and soldiers for saving us. Hands up to everyone for protecting us. And another example is that festivals. Means in festivals our tradition and culture hide in them. And also friends, by celebrating the festivals with our near and dear one, our relationships will be strong. And also festivals gives us relaxation. So my request is that every one of you try to celebrate each and every festivals and protect our culture and tradition. And another example idiom is that rags to riches. Means to start off being very poor and becoming very rich and successful. For example, the Prime Minister for India, Narendra Modi's life is also rags to riches. He was born in a poor family and at his childhood he done a lot of hard work. So for that he become as a PM of our country. And another example is that feathers in one's cap. Friends, APJ Abdul Kalam means he was also Aul Pakir Jainulabdin, also born in a poor family. He done a lot of hard work like he went around town for distributing newspapers. And also when he was studying there was no electricity in his home. On that time, in this situation he learned a lot and become as a good scientist and also at the CM and also at the 11th president of our country. And the next one is that feathers in one's cap. The meaning of this idiom is the achievement of which one can be proud of. For example, Bahubali's success is a feather in Rajamouli's cap because it crossed over 1,000 crores and created a history. And also the whole team of Bahubali also kept feathers in their caps. And another example is that our Purna Sparrow and Anand Sparrow also kept feathers in their caps after climbing the highest Mount Everest in the world. So friends, my request is that every one of you try to keep feathers in your caps and make a golden way to your brightful future. And friends, now I want to tell you the importance of learning idioms. Friends, we need idioms because they were coined to communicate a specific and usual quiet presence. And also, idioms give us a natural conversation. And if you speak English with idioms, then it will make your sound more native like a native speaker. And also, idioms are more fluent and occur often in rustic language than the sophisticated, a sort of actual city language. Whether it is Kannada, English or maybe Tamil. So learn idioms with interest. And another example is that kill two birds with one stone. Means achieve two ends with a single effort. achieve two ends with a single effort. For example, do you know that, friends, recently our Indian scientists also killed two birds with one stone, as they sent 31 satellites in one rocket, and at the same time it was created a big history. Do you know that, friends, how means all worlds turn to our India like this? Because every time they send only 8, 7, 5, but in this time they send 31 satellites. And the second example is that if you plant a tree, then it will grow up and it will also kill two birds with one stone. As when it will grow up, it will give pure oxygen and also fresh air, fruits, vegetables, etc. And also at the same time it gives beauty for our nature, right? So every one of you try to plant trees everywhere and save plants and save trees. And the next idiom is that all the glitters is not gold. All the glitters is not gold. For example, friends, this incident is really happened in my life. That is, recently I brought an attractive wristwatch and it stopped working after a few days. And another example is that, friends, do you know that the cluster fig fruit? I will tell you, the cluster fig fruits looks upside very beautiful and perfect. But when we cut that fruit, there are a lot of insects in them. Same like this fruit, there are a lot of peoples and things around us. So my request is that when you are going to some attractive things or going to believe a new person, please remember this idiom at once and then you can buy. And another example is that a drop in the ocean means a very small part of something much bigger. For example, friends, getting PGs and degrees is a just drop in the ocean by comparing to von Helmholtz, Aristotle, etc. And another example is that, friends, do you know that our brain has a lot of capacity to store many things and to give wonderful ideas, but we are using only a just drop in the ocean. You know that the brain has a good knowledge as a computer. So my request is that every one of you try to use your brain as much as you can and try to make a developing country as developed country. And another idiom is that a piece of cake. A piece of cake means it is very easy and fun. For example, learning the English idioms is a piece of cake, right? And friends, do you know how idioms beautify our English? Yes, idioms give humor to our language while in our speech. And also, smartly we can instruct to our colleagues by idioms in one's language. And we can smoothly intimate bad things or unshareable things easily. And friends, now we are going to do some exercise. Look at the picture. Be on the same page. Means for that idiom, here there are three options. A, be pictured on the same page, and the second is be in agreement, and the third option is read a book together. What you are thinking the right answer may be? Friends, don't think about the picture because these are idioms. They have an actual meaning. Yes, the right answer is that be in agreement. And the second one is burn the midnight oil. It will also come in examples. Now can you tell? Yes, options are A, work late into the night, B, start a fire at night time, and C, burn oil to make really black smoke. What's the right answer? Yes, A is the right answer. Work late into the night. And the third one is that spill the beans. Spill the beans. And the options are A, tell all, B, drop some food, C, plant beans in the garden. What would you are thinking? Yes, the option A is the right answer. Tell all. And the next one is the icing on the cake. The icing on the cake. The options for these idioms are A, the top layer of the cake, B, the sweet spot, and the C, an extra good thing on top of something already good. And the next one is that in hot water. Friends, what you are thinking? We have to put in the hot water? No. The options are right from a hot bath, in trouble. The third one is hidden by steam. Hidden by steam. So the right answer is that in trouble. What is the right answer? In trouble. And the next one is that, friends, pigs might fly. Pigs might fly? No. The options of this idiom is a word dream. A word dream. And airline for pigs. And airline for pigs. And now it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Friends, the pigs will fly? No. So the right idiom is that, example is that, it's not going to happen. And the another one is in the same boat. In the same boat. The options are in similar circumstances, both without words, and the third one is journeying together. The right answer is that in similar circumstances. In similar circumstances. And friends, now I am going to tell you the advantages of learning idioms. Friends, do you know that idioms are also known as idiomatical expressions? So, idiomatical expressions helps learner for better communication as well as language learning in the target, culture and society. And a good way to attain metaphorical concepts in the language is to learn idiomatic expressions. And friends, it will give us a natural conversation and also a creative feel. And friends, they keep your mind stimulated and focused. And if you learn idioms, you can also talk with other persons from other countries. So lastly, I want to conclude that we need idioms. English need idioms like food needs flavor. You can't eat flavorless food and be nourished. For example, sweets, cakes, jalebis, etc. If there is no flavor and sweetness for your communication, for them you can't eat. But if you can eat, it is not a satisfying experience. Same like that, when you speak English without idioms, it's just there is no sweetness and flavor for your communication. So my request is that speak English with idioms and be very confident in your life. Thank you for giving me this golden opportunity, for our beloved secretary sir and my principal madam Lakshmi madam and my mentor teacher Ramadevi madam and all my teachers and sirs and sisters and friends. And a heartfelt thanks for my parents for giving me a wonderful encouragement. Thank you everyone.